Hello and welcome, the extraordinary lady here again, and I welcome you to the third episode of the Period Talk. My name is Becca Shim, and today's story we have Sarah. Sarah complains that she's always uncomfortable during her period. She feels like the pad is falling off. Sometimes she goes to check 1,000,001 times to see if her pad is full, or is she staying, or has it shifted, or has it fallen off, and all of those kind of things. And today we're going to be sharing tips that will help us Sarah with her confusion, and also encourage you and help you if you happen to fall in such category same as Sarah. So please stay tuned. We're able to discuss some tips and care hygiene for period. We also discussed about the dangers. A very quick recap of the things we discussed last week. We said understand how your body works, use period products, wear your pad and underwear properly, wash your vagina, take your bath, drink liquids, and eat right. And today I'm going to be giving you 5 more tips that can help you on your period. But before then, I'd like to share a scripture with you. In the Extraordinary Lady channel, most of the times we relate our lives, we relate everything that concerns us to the scripture, because we are Christians and we are extraordinary ladies. So very quickly, in Proverbs 31 from verse 10, if you look down, precisely the Message translation, there's a verse that says she's up before dawn, preparing breakfast for her family and organizing her day. Emphasis on organizing her day. As the Bible is even talking about a woman organizing her day. And now, how does organizing your day as a woman fall into the place of period? Now, it takes planning and intentionality for you to be able to survive on your period and avoid a lot of mishaps. So that will bring us our very first period care tip. Now we have track and monitor your period. Now usually we have a cycle of 25 to 30 days. That is, your period comes in maybe every 25 to 30 days. It's important that you know within how many days your period comes. And I always advise that you should prepare 2 days before the date and 2 days after the date, because sometimes it shifts due to factors like hormone changes, stress, change in diet, and sometimes that date may not be 25 exactly. If your cycle is 25, it shifts sometimes, and to always be prepared, like 2 days beforehand, go around with your pad, because you never can tell when the period comes. Now it's very important, because most period mishaps that happens is for people who do not count their dates. When you don't count your date, you're not expecting your period, and so it can meet you at an inconvenient date, and this can be very avoidable if you keep track of your period dates. Now the second tip for today is be intentional about your dressing during your period. It is very important that you watch what you wear when you're on your period. This is because your body is spilling out blood, and you shouldn't just wear anything. You avoid bright colors like white. Avoid tight-fitting clothes on your period. Be intentional about what you're wearing on your period. Don't wear a jumpsuit on your period, and you know you have to take off the whole clothes in order for you to be able to have access to your private parts, in order to change your pad. So you have to be intentional, especially if you have a heavy flu. You could wear things like flare skirts or skirts, if skirt is what makes you feel comfortable. If it is trouser that makes you feel comfortable on your period, make sure that you avoid any kind of clothes that will make you uncomfortable. Wear clothes that will make it easy for you to change your pad when you are not at home. For instance, there's a story of a lady who wore a jumpsuit to a park-like event. So the toilets were very far and she was pressed. It was a very funny experience. Now imagine you're wearing a jumpsuit on your period and there's no nearby toilet. You know, if let's say you're wearing a skirt, you could easily hide behind a car with one of your friends as guard for you, just like we ladies do, and you could quickly change and get up. But if you're wearing a jumpsuit, you need to take off everything. So you have to be intentional about what you wear on your period. Avoid bright colored clothes, and I hope this tips helps you. Now for the next tip Visit a hospital if you notice something strange. If the color of your period is becoming very dark, or you notice that your period is not flowing as it used to, or you notice that it is very heavy or it is very painful, any change that you notice, ensure that you try and visit the hospital, especially when you experience very excruciating pain during your period. It's important that you visit the hospital. Some of these changes are linking you, they are giving you clues that something is wrong somewhere. So it is very important that you do not neglect the changes that come, especially when they are very, very strange. It is not safe to assume. We have so many diseases out there. We have cervical cancer, we have different kinds of infections, and some people's life can be saved if it is discovered very quickly. So anytime you notice something strange, try and visit the hospital. And then the next tip now is that that's the fourth tip for you today, is that you should use painkillers, hot water bottle, and period relief devices. Now, some people say that it's not good to take drugs on your period. That's a lie. If you have so much pain that you cannot control, take pain reliever. It is going to help you. And if you have so much pain, you can get the period relief pad. They call it heating pad. It's a device you put on your stomach that helps heat up and relieve period. If you don't have that, you can use the hot water bottle method, where you put warm or hot water in a bottle, wrap it in a cloth, and put it on your stomach. This also goes a long way in relieving the period. Now, there are things that you can do, like taking drugs, like I mentioned, using hot water technique, using the heating pad technique. In as much as it is natural, you can still control the pain. You can still do things that will make it easier for you to bear. Don't say because, okay, it is nature, I'm feeling so much pain, I will visit the hospital, I won't use drugs. Please don't do that. And if you're skeptical about using drugs, please don't use over-the-counter drugs. Ensure that you visit the hospital and let the doctors prescribe something that is going to be useful for your pain. Now, the last tip I'm going to be sharing today is that you should prioritize rest and sleep on your period. And you should also avoid certain activities when you're on your period. An example of these activities is swimming. Although you can use a tampon when you're on your period and you want to swim, however, it is advisable that certain activities like swimming, like high-end activities, maybe like going to the gym, or something that is very rigorous, or something that has you using your body a lot, it is advisable that you should avoid this kind of activities. And if there are some places you can avoid going, and especially when you have excruciating pain, you don't want to go there and keep lying down and be sluggish. If it's something you can clear off your calendar, it's okay to sit at home. It's okay to sit at home. Avoid some activities on your period. Also, try to take rest and try to sleep when you're on your period. I've shared with you 5 tips today. Don't forget, track and monitor your period. Be intentional about your dressing. Visit a hospital if needed. Use painkillers, water bottle, heating pads, and prioritize rest and sleep. So those are the tips I have for you today. I hope that you make use of them come your next period, and I hope you're feeling better on your next period. Don't forget, you have gotten a good news today. Try and share it with other people around you so they can hear it too. Don't be stingy. There's a subscribe button just down below. Click on it and also give me my like. I hope you enjoy your week. Bye-bye.